Oh, it's motherfucking Coco, baby. Where the fuck did I put my headphones? What up, everybody? It's your boy Coco. Welcome back to another episode of Chaos Child. If you're new to the channel, consider liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell. And if you already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that like button. With that being said, let's go ahead and hit that intro, and we'll get things started. Coco X Dix Part 995. So to Coco. What the fuck? Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Get started. Started. I put my dick inside of her. She said she was gonna ignore it, but it's all good, y'all. I took my dick out and I told her she couldn't. Let me go ahead and yeah, you already know what it is. The grinder. What the fuck? Why would it be a grinder? I didn't say that in Japanese. No, I didn't. Get the fuck out of here. I didn't see none of that shit. Chaos Child with KokogamingYTV. Alright. Let's continue where we left off. So, last time we were gonna continue from October 1st. And we have a certain amount of days until the next actual accident or murder happens, quote unquote. What up, Nani? So let's go ahead and continue from where we left off and see where the next sets of events take on. So from the last episode, we saw the last murder that happened. Everybody connected the dots. 3 murders happened on the same days where the new generation murders happened during the Chaos Ahead events. That was 6 years ago. So now October 1st is going to be where the next from here on out the next set of events are going to unravel into the next crime scene, and we'll see how it happens. I saw it already. I replied to it. Didn't you see my reply, my comment on it? October 1st 2015, Thursday, the same time, Shibuya Police Station. This is the girl that was in the crime scene. Would you please just tell me your name and address already? Are you a student or do you have a job? You went to that hotel with that man, Kakita, many times, right? How do you know him? Were you dating? Mind you, this girl looks underage. If you don't want to talk, feel free to just nod or wave your hand. Just tell me. So she was going out with a man named Kakita. The officer sank back into her chair in resignation. Shinjo could sympathize. This is the bitch with the bloodshot eyes, yes. She's the one that was in the room where the man ended up getting decapitated. Yep. She's the one that attacked the officer and her eyes were bloodshot red. I see. He'd just come to check on her a moment ago, but they'd been probably doing this since yesterday. Locked in an interrogation room, cut off from the outside world, and questioned by multiple officers, most people would lose their cool. They'd start to wonder what effects their words were having and focus on every movement of the officer who was talking, taking down notes. It wasn't hot in the room, but they'd sweat. But this girl didn't respond at all. It probably wasn't because she was used to it. if she'd ever been interrogated before, the fingerprints they taken would have told them who she was. Shinjo? Maybe we should take her to a mental hospital, you mean? It made sense. The natural assumption was that the shock of the incident had incapacitated her. Shinjo nodded as if considering it. Any missing person reports? Check all the images I sent on the art. Was this before? This is after. This is after the whole incident. Remember, they let Takeru go, and they let the other girl go as well. So at this point, pretty much they are already they already freed the other two. Ooh, I like the progress on that. I like you have a little dragon there and shit. I like that progress. I like the way that looks. I like the shading on it. I like the way the nails look. You made his side. Okay, you made that side brown. I thought you were going for a purple for the legs, but gray is fine as well too. I really wish you made his pants purple the way you had it before, but it looks great. I like the way the wings came out too. Any missing person reports? So this is after the incident. So she's right now being interrogated. She's in front of her had changed. Shinjo remembered his conversation with Momose. After he'd hung up, she called back in precisely 3 minutes, just like she'd promised. And then she'd said, "My kid has a message for you." Is what she says. Is that all? What does that even mean? Just ask her. If she reacts like you just did, or doesn't say anything, then I'm sorry, but that psychiatric hold is your only option. But if she reacts some other way, contact me again. I'm still working on it, so I'm gonna do colors. Okay, no problem. I was just throwing it out there because I like the way that color palette came out with the purple leg, his pants like that. The message didn't make much sense, but he didn't see any other way. I'd like to ask you a question. There was no response, of course. He continued, uncertain if she was even hearing him. Did you have it and they didn't realize it, or did you never have it? Which is it? We got a reaction from her. Got you, Nani. Her eyes moved. Instead of looking down at the desk, she was looking up at Shinjo. Shinjo was surprised but did his best to hide it.
どうなんだ?
Well? The girl stared at him as if trying to figure him out. And then a moment later,
誰なんですか? あなたは.
Who are you? Her words were quiet but sharp. It was the same tone of voice that Shinjo used when he was interrogating a subject.
ここの刑事だ.
I'm a detective here at the station. What's your name? She seemed to be thinking about something as she stared at him. Her mannerisms were just like his own again. It was the same way a detective faced a criminal trying to get every scrap of information from what he could see. And then she slowly opened her mouth. Whoa.
有村ひなえ.
Hinae Arimura.
氷学園の学生.
I'm a student at Hekiho. Okay, she's a student! That's Goku and shit. Hinae Arimura. I'm a student at Hekiho Academy. So she's underage. something really bad, right? In the Love Hotel. Sarika froze midway through the process of taping down the bottom of the map. So that was it? I hadn't told Ito anything about the Love Hotel. I hadn't told him about what I'd seen or experienced there. I tried my best to give him a cheerful smile. It's fine, no problem. This way too big of a scoop not to chase, right? Ito didn't answer. He stared at me as if trying to figure me out. And then he relaxed and laughed a little. Well, I figured as much when we talked on the phone. What the fuck? The hell, Kokodogan? Ito wants that Gen Stank Cho too? He was probably talking about the call I'd made yesterday. After I'd made my discovery, I'd called Ito and asked him to find all the information he could about the Love Hotel case. It had already been 3 days since it had happened. I hadn't been really following it at all, so I'd asked Ito to put together what he could find. Okay, all set. Sarika finished pinning the map to the board. Okay, let's get started. It was a brand new map of Shibuya. We'd had to put it up from scratch again, but now that I looked at it, maybe that wasn't such a bad thing. I'd made a huge discovery which could impact the whole case. It was a good idea to start over from the beginning. First, we'll assume that there's a connection between the dates when these incidents are happening and the incident 6 years ago. In other words, we'll consider all 3 cases so far as part of a set. This is regardless of whether someone's behind all of this or what they might be after. Yeah, that makes sense now that there have been 3 incidents. If we find out we're wrong, we can reconsider things. By the way, the incident that occurred 6 years ago on the same date was the group dive. Finally, the one that took place in the Love Hotel that happened in the Love Hotel area in the Dokenzaka. So, this was pretty much the man who got strangled. So, about the summary. I looked at Ito and I could see he was nervous. He was worried, but at the same time a little excited. What's wrong? You okay? Yeah, first, can you show me what you put together? I want to know what the public knows about it. I saw the name they gave it. Oh, yeah, just give me a second. He was excited. Ito got out of his own Pokecom and started to fiddle with it. He linked to the printer over the network and printed out his files. Wait, you're not upping them to the server after all, are you? Of course not. I don't want to get punched. I told you, you're too scared of her. I skimmed the printout that Ito made for me. After all the cases we'd researched together, he knew how to summarize information into a single page like a pro. Ito read from his own printout. The name was announced last night. The victim was a Hironori Kakita, a 22-year-old resident of Shibuya. He had a part-time job at Koshin. Koshin? How can you not know about them? They are a huge successful venture capital firm. They had been making a lot of money lately off of the Shibuya reconstruction. Just like Shibuya News said, he was a male in his 20s. Nice. So you checked there. That was about the only thing I could do, Ito said as he nodded. Wait, she said he was in his 20s the night it happened. At that point, the only official announcement was that a man's body had been found. Jeez, where does she find this stuff? I couldn't agree more. How did Kay do her research? The cause of death was strangulation due to hanging. They decided it was a suicide after a romantic quarrel. Huh? A suicide over a fight with a lover? It was ruled to be a suicide? Yeah, that's what the cops said. The only other information they came out with was that he was pretty good at his job. He made a surprising amount off of a commission sales job. Where no hairline meets homeless. What the fuck? So who'd he get into a fight with? Huh? I mean, if he had a fight with his girlfriend, that means he had a girlfriend, right? Oh, I see. Ito looked through a bunch of files in his Pokecom. No, I don't have anything on that. What about witnesses? The hotel staff were the ones that found him, but nothing else was said. Of course, there was nothing about you two either. What was going on? So they hadn't said anything about the other girl at the scene. Taku. Sariko was staring at me confused. She was probably thinking the same thing. I could understand why there wasn't any information about us. The police had said they weren't B, and to be honest, we were just gawkers. There was no real point in telling anyone we were there. But that girl clearly seemed to be involved in the case. Where's Coco? I'm right here. What? I gotta tell like a girl? Get the fuck out of here. If they said he got into a fight with his girlfriend, then it didn't make sense not to report the girl who was there. Was it because she was a minor? I wasn't sure, but she had looked young. She definitely wasn't older than 19. No, even then, they'd say something. Whenever there was a problem with someone dating underage girls, they never reported the girl's name, but they always reported her existence. Local X MC manga creating. Come on, Coco, for content. I'll try to make the female voice for the female characters, okay? I'll try my very best. What's wrong? I'll explain. I pinned up the information that Ito had given me. Alright, we gotta get the picture. The picture of the body from the Love Hotel is... What's this? A picture I took at the Love Hotel. Huh? You took a pictures? Ito almost jumped on me in shock. I nodded. More specifically, I took a frame from the video I recorded and printed it out. Onoe uploaded it to her private storage before the police could delete it. Seriously? Oh wow. That means that nobody has this but us. Ito put his face up to the picture in excitement. What? He hung himself sitting down. Is this a wire? He mumbled to himself as he stared at it, trying to memorize every last detail. What is this? What the hell happened here? As I listened to Ito speak excitedly, I looked towards Sarika. I wasn't sure why I was looking at her. But she nodded as if she understood. I nodded back. The police had told us not to tell anyone, but I didn't care. I slowly started to explain what had happened to Ito. How we'd made it into the hotel undetected. How the room we'd seen from the outside was where we'd found the body. How we'd gone inside and found the police officer lying on the floor. How the body in the photo was sitting on the spinning bed and slowly rotating. And how there'd been another girl there, and how someone had tried to enter the room. But I didn't tell them how the door had unlocked itself. The police had told me I'd imagine it, and they'd made me realize I had no proof. Between my curiosity and my fear, I'd been a mess at the time anyway. And more than anything, without any kind of proof, I wasn't sure it had happened at all. The main character, the 5-0 nib, was trying to snitch. What the hell? When I finished, Ito's first questions were the same as mine had been. So there was a girl at the scene, and then someone tried to come into the room. The girl was real, but they couldn't find any evidence of someone trying to come into the room, could they? That was right. That was what the police had told me. But I heard the knocking, and I have the sound on my video. Just the sound, right? That doesn't prove that someone was on the other side of the door knocking. No, I mean, logically you're right, but I'm sure someone was on the other side. Ito cut me off, clearly irritated. Logically, I'm right. You're the one who's always telling me that logic is the only thing that matters, idiot. Coco, so I was playing with this bit on the PS4. She told me through Snapchat, then after we was playing and talking this bit, wanted to talk dirty and shit, but one of my friends got catfished. How so? She hasn't spoken yet. She has not spoken yet. Don't call me an idiot. I just prefer to cover all my bases. Let's start what we know for sure, right? damn it. He could only say that because he hadn't heard it in person. That strange, eerie sound which hung in the depths of your ears and wouldn't let go. But that was true. She hasn't spoken yet. I guess he's right, yeah. I hadn't seen for myself someone trying to enter the room. Maybe he took my silence as agreement. So, about this woman who was there. Oh, that's why you were asking about his girlfriend. He was on Tinder and the bit sent him a dick. Whoa! Oh. She was more a girl than a woman. Huh? A girl? I think she was probably around my age, and I don't think she was older. She was the same age or a year or two younger. Maybe? Maybe. I wasn't sure, but if Sarika said so, she was probably right. Sarika never had any evidence or proof for her statements, but she was often correct. But there was nothing about her in the news, was there? I looked back at Ito to check. Yeah, I checked everything from gossip magazines to the official newspaper announcements. I even took a look at the aggregator wiki, but there was nothing like that. I see. Which means we'll have to look for her ourselves, I guess. I flipped through the remaining papers. Any other clues? There was something I noticed when I was going back through the footage. This one nice and logical. I've got the real proof after all. You've a petty little man, aren't you? Say what you like. It was finally time to tell Utua what I found. Where's that image I made yesterday that had a nice picture of the sticker? Do you know what this is? Ito looked at the picture for a moment, uncertain. I've seen that before. Where was it? He used his Pokecom to run a search. Yeah, that's a sumo wrestler sticker, right? Yep, that's what they call it, or sumo sticker for short. No one knows who's putting them up or why. There are a lot of theories about where they came from, but the first time they really showed up on the net was in 2007. At one point, they were famous enough that the TV stations were. When the 9 Shibuya quake, everyone stopped talking about them. The city where the stickers were going up had been destroyed. People had bigger things to talk about. But starting sometime last year, they started to appear in Shibuya again. There are a lot of different rumors about what they are. Of course, some people say they're just a prank. Others say they're just some kind of tagging or a spiritual barrier of some sort. What the fuck just happened? I fell asleep while playing and I won the match like I was still controlling the character. It didn't lag me out. I'm kinda tired right now. Well, we're about to end the stream in a little bit anyways. One of the stranger ones has a theory that it's actually a sumo wrestler putting up stickers of his own face. What the fuck? But I don't think that's right. They call these things sumo wrestler stickers, but that's just because the man in them has a fat face. There's no actual proof that they are modeled after a sumo wrestler. Hold it for a second. Ito cut me off just as I was getting started. Come on, man, it was just about to get good. Who cares? Do these stickers have anything to do with the case? I don't know. This is the last stream, yeah, only because I have to wake up early for a meeting. I remember Thursday and Friday I'm off because I'm going to Comic-Con. So tomorrow's my last day and I have to go early into a meeting and take care of a couple of things since I'm not gonna be at work Thursday and Friday. Huh? I still don't know, but the sticker placed near the scene of Don't Look at Me was the one near Don't Look at Me, I believe was, it's not this one. Ah shit, I'm gonna fuck up. It's not, which one was it? He was in, shit. Now that I think about it, it's not, this was outside the window. It was this one. This is a blown up version of the picture I showed you from the Don't Look at Me case. It's the wall outside the karaoke place I went to. Is that a sumo sticker? Yeah, it's a little blurry, but I'm sure of it. Wait, you're not telling me. Koko, would you not work yet, get a regular salary, or work overtime every day but earn 100 times your normal amount? What do you mean, Koko? Would you not work? Would you not work yet, get your regular salary, or work overtime every day but you earn? What the fuck? I don't understand your question. I do get overtime now. Yeah, I do get paid time and a half. So when I go overtime, I get paid. How much do I get paid? $64 an hour. When it's overtime, but they take a whole bunch of taxes away from me when I do overtime. Yep, there was one near the Love Hotel too, placed at a spot where it could see the crime scene. Then what about the leaky noise? No, I don't know about that yet. I looked yesterday and couldn't find anything at the scene of the crime. But we just learned that if something happens twice, it's worth betting on, right? Ito fell silent as if he was thinking about something. I was hoping we'd be a little more surprised. No, like every time you work overtime, you get 100 times your normal pay without tax, or not work at all but get paid irregular. I'd rather wait, not work at all and get paid irregular. Fuck. I'd rather not work at all and get paid my regular stuff, because that would be like getting paid for free, no? I'd rather get paid my regular stuff and not work at all. Shit, that's better than not working at all. But then again, I like to work. I do like to work. Not working at all is kind of lazy. But I guess that's the best I could expect. Or maybe there was too much new information coming in at once for him to keep up. By the way, the incident that occurred 6 years ago on the same date was crucified. So we already know who that is. It's this one right here. And here's a summary of the case. For now, the dates match, but the actual cases don't seem to have much to do with what happened 6 years ago. Don't Look at Me happened on the same day as the group dive, but there was only one victim, and we don't know for sure that it was a suicide. The pregnant man happened on the same day as the leaky noise, but while both of them involved something stuffed into the stomach, the victim in the latter was a girl. I don't see anything in common between the crucified and the Love Hotel incident. So, since we can't find any other way to proceed with the case, I think we should try seeing where the sumo stickers take us. But maybe I was overthinking this, but there was no telling what else would be related to the case. Just in case, I decided to put up the data on the other new generation incidents from 6 years ago. October 10th, Vampirer. October 23rd, Brain Dead. October 28th, Yummy Hand. November 4th, the DQN puzzle. Yeah, that should do it. I looked at the board and nodded in satisfaction. That's about all we know. But why Coco? Why what? Why I would choose that? Who wants coffee? As I finished going over the information, Sarika got some cups ready. Why I would choose that? Because if you work overtime, why I like to work? Because we're keeping yourself busy is always a good thing. Being lazy just leads you nowhere, and eventually you're gonna get bored and you're going to want to go back to work. It's just a weird feeling. What if Coco was on meth? What the fuck? What the fuck? No, hell no, never. Hell no. I think the worst I've done in my life, and like I said, I don't promote drugs or anything. I think the worst I've done in my life was some of that yerba life. But other than that, I've never gone beyond that. Hell no. I've seen too many friends and people go down doing a whole bunch of shit, sucking dicks for coke and shit. I'm like, why the fuck would you, my baby girl, snorting lines of coke from somebody's dick? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, girl? As I finished going over the information, Sarika got some cups ready. Loco Dokon is the type of nigga who will end up snorting lines of coke from somebody's dick. Oh no. Kazuki, who had been ignoring the conversation until now, suddenly stood up. She grabbed the cups from Sarika with a speed you'd never believe she possessed. It's fine, Hannah. You always make us stuff to drink, right? Kazuki shook her head rapidly from left to right, and then motioned for Sarika to sit down. Good work. Oh no, it's fine. She's being nice enough to make it for us. I thought the worst Coco did it was heroin. I remember he said some shit like he injected that shit, and also Nani will put crack on pubes and this that shit. What the? Not to tell anyone what happened? Yeah, but no, that's not the issue. I've already told you what happened. For one Huh?
おい、
Huh?
やばい。
Shit.
見ろ、これ。
Look at this. The plot is already thickening. I don't know if you guys are noticing that. He probably used gin because that shit probably stank in probably a jungle. I thought that was the worst day was... Wait, what? Nani would eat pubes laced with crack and shit, then smoke it with dried up semen, and then he would leave that blunt out so it would get all blunt. What the fuck? Loco would sniff crack off a neighbor's butthole so he can think of a new manga plot. Ito pointed to the monitor, his voice shaking. Sarika and I hurried behind him to see what he was looking at, and gulped. What is this video?
わかんねえ。
I don't know, it just showed up on the aggregator wiki. The curtains opened and the man appeared. There was no mistaking it. It was that room in the Love Hotel. Somebody recorded this from outside the window? Get the fuck out of here. Wait a minute. Nah, on the real though, Loco should start smoking cigs so his voice can get deeper. Now I don't need to have 90s cocksucker voice. But look, somebody was recording this from outside the window. The man must have been Kakita. I couldn't see her face, but that was the girl. It had to be her. Close match what I remembered. Hey, what the hell? The bed spun around and the wire dug into Kakita's neck. There was no sound in the video, but I could hear the sound of the wire in the music box in my mind. Kakita's face took on a color very similar to what I'd seen in person, and the footage ended. What? What the hell is this? Are you kidding me? Everyone is shook. Hey, Miyashiro! I almost jumped off the ground. Sorry. What the hell is this? Did you make this video? Ito yelled at me hysterically. I quickly shook my head. Of course not. I was inside the room. Then what the hell is it? I don't know. How would I? Sarika's hand suddenly stretched out. Hey, what are you doing? Stop! Calm down, Taku. Shin. No fighting for my puss-puss. She grabbed us both by the cheek and pinched hard. Ow, ow! That really hurts. Did you calm down? No more yelling. No more fighting, bitches. This is really painful. Please stop. Ito and I nodded and Sarika let go. What was that for? Because you two were yelling. But you can't just... Ito rubbed his cheek and gave Sarika an angry glare. I saw the Asian angry glare. Angry glare. She must have grabbed him really hard because I could see a red mark forming in the shape of her hand. Did that mean I had one of those too? No fighting. You two look like you were about to start hitting each other, you know? Sarika repeated. She didn't seem to think she'd done anything wrong at all. No, maybe she hadn't. Kazuki gave Sarika a thumbs up. Sarika gave her a satisfied thumbs up in return. I didn't get it.
あれだな。
You know, you're going to be the kind of mom who says hitting is wrong and she beats up her kid. Ito's word impressed me. It was one of the most accurate predictions I'd heard in years. Sarika frowned and said that she'd never do that. So, anyway, what is this? She pointed to the monitor. She didn't seem too bothered by it. She must have been used to seeing gory videos because she looked pretty calm. I rubbed my cheek as I looked on. After the steam, Nani finna suck dick. In her basement? Would you let your bae finger Loco to save the world from what the fuck? You sounded more and more like Loco. What the fuck? I can't deal with both of you motherfuckers. I can't. I did it for the banter. This is being filmed from outside, right? It's definitely the room you were in. I nodded a little uncertain. I think I'm pretty sure that the body was like that too. Shit. What is this? Hey, shouldn't we save that file? You know, to jerk off later on? Yeah, you're right. There's no telling when it'll be deleted. That was enough to bring Ito back to his senses. He saved the file to the PC with a slightly more unsteady hand than usual. Kazuki was still playing her game, but the rest of us stared at the download bar as it filled up little by little. And when it finished and the file was saved. This wasn't just somebody playing a prank, right? Sarika knew better than anyone else that it was no such thing, but she asked anyway. I nodded firmly. Hey, who took this? Wait, who posted it? Ito frowned. I'm no hacker. All we amateurs could figure out is at best the IP address, right? There's no way we could use that to track them down. You're right. Sometimes the media would say that the police use the IP address to track down a criminal's address, but strictly speaking, that wasn't quite right. Under some special circumstances, like a customer paying for a static address, it was possible, but most of the time you couldn't track down an individual's PC from an IP address. And even if you could, the most you could track down was a PC, not a person. Several years ago, this had led to a very famous false arrest case. What the heck were we supposed to do now? I scratched my head, confused. Hey, while we're at it, let's look at the other one. Huh? The video you took at the Love Hotel. I already saw the last one. I don't think anything could bother me now. Ito sounded like he was having a hard time believing what he'd seen was real. He'd already copied the file of the Pokecom and gone to open it. He probably was just overwhelmed. I know that's how I'd been. I took it up close, so it's pretty brutal. I gave him a warning and he responded with a firm nod. He clicked on the file. Though fish merts be making dildos and shit for Nani. Who the fuck is Doofenshmirtz? Is that from Phineas and Ferb? Would you let your no fuck? Who the fuck is Doofenshmirtz? Is that from Phineas and Ferb? Alright, we've been streaming this for like about 2 hours, so we're gonna leave it there for now. I know everybody's in suspense, wanting to see what's gonna happen next, but I'm gonna leave it there for now. I do have to wake up early for a meeting that I have, but it's getting really good. It's getting really good. We're up to the point where we're actually trying to figure out what's gonna happen with the next crime scenes. And remember, it's way past October 1st at this point. They're pretty much gonna figure out what to do now. And remember, these are just kids that are in a newspapers club. They're not police people, they're not CIA, they're not FBI, they're just regular teenagers trying to figure out what's going on with these crime scenes. And mind you, these are people who survived the earthquake that happened 6 years ago in Shibuya. So yeah, let's make him into a new meme. I agree with you guys on the Discord server. We definitely should do that. Doofenshmirtz. Anyways, with that being said, we're gonna leave it there for now. If you're new to the channel, consider liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell. That's gonna be the last stream for tonight. Tomorrow I'll be back with more streams. And if you are already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that like button. It really does help out my channel a lot. I'll speak to you boys and girls on the Discord server. And with that being said, I'm gonna leave you with the outro, and I'll see you boys and girls next time. As always, I appreciate your viewership. Don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help out my channel a lot. Have a wonderful night. Have a great day at school tomorrow. Have a great day at work. This is KokogamingYTV signing off. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you all next time. Peace.